at the dinner table. We've just traveled about 300 or 400 miles from Kampala, seated with high-level ranking personalities on international level. And then here comes a gentleman and asks, I know of someone seated right here with us, and I share this gentleman about him with my wife. He's a very humble man that I've ever come across. Each one of us started looking at one another. If one of us could be the person he's talking about, seated among us. And then he pulls down his mask. Ladies and gentlemen, when he pulls down the mask, I realize he is the very gentleman whose car I knocked, who are in the rush hours traffic jam in Kampala. I didn't have the handbrakes on, and then my foot was at the brake. So the mistake I did was to pick a phone call with my right hand. I don't know how I forgot to, but whoop, I just bumped into him. And guess what? That bump damaged his bumper. And of course my beautiful vintage was smashed. So we get out and he's trying to reason what exactly was happening, because there was no way I could be able to knock him. I didn't tell him that I was picking a phone call and that I didn't put in a handbrake. So I told him that we can sort out this without going to the police. Well, a traffic lady comes in, and then I told him, let's drive ahead and we settle this out. Of I think about close to $150, I think. So I had no option than to go on the ATM and withdraw the money. But he said that if there is anything extra, then he will be in position to send me the balance. So I give him the money, we depart. I also call my mechanic. He also gave me another expense. I was supposed to also fix my vintage Nissan Mitsuyoka Ryoga. So I think I spent about $250 or $300 for both of us. So this happened about more than a month ago. So what I didn't know that I kept it low. I didn't quarrel with him. Just gave him the money. So days later, I didn't know he sent me the money. But what is interesting is the power of compensation. The power and compensation is what I'm trying to talk about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So it's giving me a very huge positive introduction amongst very high-ranking people I was seated with. What we do in places we don't, with people we don't know, at a given time, we're going to encounter it. You might just don't know where you're going to find the person you had or the person you made happy. That sort of thing keep happening in our lives every single day. And probably we don't care about what we do to people. How much far we go. I've always been told that mountains do not meet, but human beings meet. You can just meet him at the airport, you can just meet him at a hotel. He couldn't be the person to recommend you the final signature. If you had him, surprisingly, in the next day meeting we had, he was mentioned by a very high-ranking person, calling him by name, who works for a very big organization, who had come to offer services also. What we learn, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the power in compensating. Compensating calls in lots of things. It calls for forgiveness. It calls for being tolerant. It calls for these rare human traits that we can appreciate about humanity. The other day, the president, when he was passing on Ginger Road, he said he knocked someone's goat. He had to stop. And, well, he didn't stop actually. So when he came on the national media, because he was to deliver a national address, he said, I've just knocked a goat. But if you are the owner, please come. We will compensate you. Compensation. How many times do we compensate? How many times do we say sorry? Do we even care about admitting our own mistakes? I was in a mistake. Now I told him that, you know what? I was speaking a phone call. That's why I knocked your car. When do we admit, like I have a tech company, and at the same time, Kivumbi International Group has a tour and travel company. The moment I have compensated people who have asked for funds, it sometimes are painful. Well, I don't have time to go to court. I don't have time to, well, I don't know the policies, the refund policies actually. What happens is that I don't want to drag things along. I just want to fix it, finish it there and there without going any further. Because I know the time that I spent in trying to pursue this, prove this and this, lots of things are going to happen. I'm mindful of my image. I'm so mindful. So, but you should also be taking advantage when you're asking for compensation. The other day, there's a neighboring country, that's how we invaded it, and when we invaded it, we planted lots of minerals, timber lots. So there was a case at the international level where we are supposed to compensate the country about, I think, $10 billion US. So compensating creates harmony. It creates a sense of friendship. It creates a sense of unity. My message tonight for each one of you watching me is to understand the power of compensation. My name is Earnest Kivumbi Benjamin, the president of Heal the Planet, the global organization in special consultative status with the United Nations, and editor-in-chief of HRCGI News Agency, CEO of Kivumbi International Group, Executive Director of Africa at Heart. See you again. Bye-bye.